Is it Hillary or Harry? Because I just grew up saying Harry Milanzi, same thing. Hillary Milanzi. What did your parents name you?
Harry Milanzi. Harry.
Not Hillary.
Harry of A-L-I.
Okay.
Yeah, not that one. But
Not Hillary too.
H-A-R-R-Y. That's Harry.
Not Hillary.
Not Hillary.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, City.
Let's talk. Hey, that's now bald head, but once upon a time you're very creative with your hairstyles. Thank you for the service to this country. But let's talk about Harry Milanzi, the footballer. How did it all start?
First of all, I was born in Chilenge. Chilenge is my township. I've grown up in Chilenge, and I started school at Regiment Primary School until grade 7. After there, I went to secondary school at Kablonga Boys.
Oh, my boys. Oh, Kablonga Boys. Cubs.
Yeah, Cubs for boys.
Cubs for boys.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, football, how did it all start? Why football?
Okay, initially we started the football from the streets, and in my township we were lucky we had a play park behind my house, so we started playing from the play parks, and then one day I decided no, I should go and join a club. They were attending trials at Ridgeway Riders, which was sponsored by Ridgeway Hotel, which is now Holiday Inn Hotel. Yeah, I started with them under 14. After there, I said no. No, I need to join the under 16.
Okay.
So I moved from Ridgeway Riders. I went to join LCC. They were attending trials. I passed the trials. I started playing for
And that's
LCC.
how the Harry Milanzi story effectively started.
Yes.
Tell me about growing up in Chilenge. Lucky you had a play park, but what other alternatives did you actually have? Because even when you go to Kablonga Boys today, still have a pitch.
Yes.
So it's probably, if you talk about sports in Zambia, it's probably football and probably nothing else. What other interests did you actually have growing up other than football?
First of all, I started football, and then I can remember very well 1988. A lot of boxers in Arakan barracks, because I used to stay near the barracks. A lot of boxers there, they won medals. Medals in 1988, so Olympics. They came with medals, they came with the radios. So I got interested that I thought boxing is there's money in boxing.
Okay.
So I started boxing.
You actually did boxing?
Yes, I did. I went there, I started boxing. Without telling my parents that I've started boxing. Them, they knew that no, our son is a footballer. At the same time, I was a mass saver at church. I was a mass saver, the alcoholic. Those who...
You're Catholic?
I'm Catholic. At that time, I was a mass saver.
Outer boy?
Outer boy. Outer boy, you can call it Kampenga, outer boy,
yeah.
Mass saver. So my parents wanted me to be going to church more than me having my time playing football. And then on top of that, he heard that I've started boxing. You know what he did? I was whipped. I can't forget that. I was whipped.
So wait, so you could have been a boxer? I
could have been a boxer. You know, a lot of boxers, like that time there was the late who just died recently, was Anthony Mwamba. They came with medals. So the whole area we were interested in, we became interested in boxing, me and my friends. That's how it took us to go and join
Okay,
boxing.
so after a date with Mr. Milanzi, which didn't go very well, you were whipped for OIT.
Yes, I was whipped and I was told that, you know,
You can't do boxing.
You can't do boxing. You are a massiver. You are a child of God. How would you go there and fight? And then I got sense from my parents, and then I stopped the football. I stopped the boxing, and then I just continued with football. Because my parents scared me that, no, we even stop paying for your school fees. If you continue this
with
boxing, this is a dead game. Find something else to do. So I just continued with the football.
And continued to be a Kampenga?
Yes.
So I'm now tempted to think, many Catholics would want to go the brother route, the priest route.
Yes.
Is it something that you thought of?
Yes, you know, I stayed in that organization of ABC. We used to call it ABC, Outer Boys Club. I stayed there with about 6 years. I served the Lord at that time for 6 years as an outer boy club. I stayed there for 6 years, and in that 6 years, you know, I was thinking now, when I finish, I reach my grade 12, I'll apply to go to the deacon, to be a deacon. Maybe later I can be a priest. I had that in mind, but after I finished, after I finished the school, you know, things changed completely.
First from boxer to footballer, outer boy, and priest. Wow!
Yes.
What a combination it would have been. But anyway, you called LCC home.
Yeah.
Scored a lot of goals. Now let's talk about the football side of Harry Milanzi.
Yes.
Were you always a striker, or was football for you about being the number 9 or being the number 10?
No, I started with the Ridgeway Riders as a midfielder, a holding midfielder.
Okay.
Later on, the coach, he saw how forceful I was. He moved me from the anchorman to attacking midfield. After there, I went to LCC. They are also using me as a midfielder. But after the coach saw again that, no, this guy is more forceful up front, he changed me. I became a winger. And then later on, I changed to be a striker, number 9.
Now, I'm just thinking, when I watch Harry Milanzi would not shy away from the physical side of football. If it means someone boom, boom, bam, bam.
TNI.
That would be your favorite thing to do. And I'm tempted to think, did Harry Milanzi love non-contact football? Was it something that you picked up from boxing that you continued with? You needed to be forceful and confrontational? Or you've always been like that?
No, actually I had the mentality of a boxer. Boxing is different to football, whereby football you are 11 of you fighting against the other opponents, 11 players. So you find that in the pitch you are 22 players. But as for boxing, it's a one-on-one fight. So that mentality of one-on-one, it made me to take it as well to football. When I'm one-on-one with a defender, I have to fight and pass through the defender. Well, if it means contact, we'll contact each other. The last one will lose the ball.
The battle.
Yeah, the battle, so
now,
to say.
You remember that saying in the 90s? Chimo Chishale. Bowler, Nango striker.
Nango striker.
You were the opposite. I don't know how many defenders would love to play against you. It's because you would give them the same medicine that they would want to give you. Strikers are usually the victim.
Eh, Actually, me, I didn't want to lose the ball cheaply. When they pass the ball to me, I would make sure I hold on to that ball. Those guys who are joining me, the midfielders and maybe the anchorman, they must join. When I leave the ball, I must spin. I find our advantage is to find the ball in front of the defenders and the goalkeeper. It gives an advantage to the striker.
So that was your personal belief about
Yes,
the game?
yes.
And the coaches you worked with just said, TNI. Let's talk about you winning the Golden Boot and helping Lusaka City Council qualify to the Super League. Tell me about that experience.
At that time, it was difficult for you to get a place into the Premier League, in a Premier League team. It was very difficult. As well, I was coming up at tender age. I thought of, let me just make a name at LCC. The bigger teams will come. We fought, we became number one, and we entered for the first time LCC to be in the Premier League. And that year I scored about 26 goals, which I became the second top scorer to Australia Mwemba, who was playing for Mazabuka United. He scored 28, me I was 26 goals.
Wow. So you go to the Super League, and then
yes,
a lot of people say, okay, now you are going to learn that this is not Division 1 football. Yeah. Premier is Premier. Division 1 is different. What did you actually find? What did you think of the level of football?
After we went into the Premier Division, at that time I was already an international player, under 20 international. The only player who was playing for the national team at that time from LCC. So I had so many offers from the Premier teams, like Zanaco, Power Dynamos were on me, Nchanga Rangers wanted me to go and play football in Chingola. So I had about 4 clubs which were eyeing at me.
Was it a very difficult choice to make as to where you were going to go?
Yes, it was, because I was employed after I finished school. I was employed by the council. I was working by a civic center. I had my own office, and for me it was not easy. Doing? It was not easy for me to resign leave. And a lot of my colleagues at the Lusaka City Council, they would say, mfana why uzachoka kuno wakupasa nchito usenza na nchito ya munshe mu council, why do you want to leave to go to Nchanga Rangers? Kuja bazaindo kulo wache. It was hard for me to make up a decision.
Was there this new fear about the use of juju in football those days?
Yeah,
when people tell you, don't go there.
It was difficult for me to make up a decision. But I thought that no, let me not look at the work that LCC have given me.
What job did they give you, and what did you involve?
I was a crack officer. I was a crack officer at Civic Center. I was working with marketing department. Yeah, under housing. So the time the Soweto market was built, I was in the office.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was a fantastic idea. Fantastic idea.
So I thought, I looked at the offers the Premier teams gave me. I just said
more money,
and then I looked. I'm still staying with my parents. They promised that they'll give me a big house in town with the full furnished. house. So I thought, no. I need to be independent, and I need to move away from
The council.
the council, old friends. Those old friends would maybe advise you wrong things, drinking. And I said, no, I have to move and find where, where people would like to learn you, to understand you in that style.
Wow. I'm just tempted to think. Then how did you actually break the news to the council that, you know what, I have to leave?
Okay, I just wrote a resignation letter, and in that letter I said that I feel that I thank you very much for what you've done to me, but I feel I must continue with my work as a player. I must join a team in a Premier Division.
Where did that take you?
I think to me, that move was okay. I went to Nchanga Rangers.
Brave.
Brave Nchanga Rangers. In that good year, in the same year, we did a lot to the team. And then I thought, this is now time to look for someone who can help me in attack. That's how I called Masauso.
From Challenge as well?
Yeah, from Kabwata. Me and Masauso have come a long way, playing under 16 together. So we've known each other way back. So I thought I should call Masauso so that we can partner up to see how we can move Nchanga Rangers to that level.
So you went to tell Masauso.
Masauso also agreed. He came and we made a good combination ever at Nchanga Rangers.
So Masauso's role was the finisher. You were the target man, the one who would fight the physical battles.
Yes.
Masauso was the skill guy who was supposed to finish off the chances.
That's what we used to do. The ball would come to me. I would hold on to the ball. I give it to Masauso. He can do all those dribbling, tricks. At the end, you just hear, that's a goal.
Could it
maybe by either Milanzi or Masauso Tembo.
Would you say that was, when you look back at your career, that partnership with Masauso, you got a lot of goals. But which other partnerships do you remember and say, these in my career made football very nice to play?
When I went to play my first professional football, I would pick on Kalusha. Kalusha, we combined well in Mexico. That's why I came to find that I scored 12 goals in 13 games I played in Mexico.
Okay, tell me something.
The combination
so you
was
went
good.
to Caracaminos?
I went to Coracaminos. I played along with Kalusha Wali.
How did the move happen?
Okay, the first year I went there, I had difficulties with language. I was speaking English, them they speak Spanish. So Kalusha Walia was helping me more in the game to communicate. Football language is the same. Someone can speak Spanish, but you can actually tell what he's trying to do, what he's trying to tell you, and then you react. Football language is one, but I was being helped fully by Kalusha Walia.
Kalu. So again, the same way you recommended Masauso to Nchanga Rangers, you recommended to Caracaminos by Kalusha Wali.
Yes.
What would be the system? You'd be the target man. Did you need to be tier?
Me, I used to be a target man. Maybe being marked by two defenders. In doing that, I'm lessening the defenders not to cross too much to other guys, to have those opportunities of breaking through the defense.
So Kalu would be the number 10?
Number 10, playing behind me. When he passes me the ball, I would hold on to the ball. When he passes maybe I'll play that wall pass. You find himself face to face with the goalkeeper.
Hey, tell me about life in Mexico. Correcaminos. First of all, who goes to play football in Mexico? Was it a crazy idea? And the reason I ask this is that many players would rather say, you know what, I would rather go and play in Europe.
Okay, you know, football like in America is very tough and competitive. Just because in Europe, football, it has been marketed in a way that the leagues are well known around the world. But even that side, the leagues are very competitive, and football there is tough. You remember Zamorano?
Ivan Zamorano.
Yes. He also played in Mexico. Asprilla Buteles, Asprilla...
Faustino Asprilla.
Yeah, Faustino Asprilla. He also played in Mexico. Yeah? Carlos Ortega. He also played in Mexico. The other African who played in Mexico was Francois Omambiki. You remember the Cameroonian? He also played in Mexico. Yeah, so I feel the Mexican league is also one of the competitive leagues in
How different was it, or is it, compared to someone who could be listening to your story right now, in terms of the way football was being played in Nchanga Rangers to what you found in the Americas?
Okay, I would say I've played one of my best football at Nchanga Rangers.
Best
football in Nchanga Rangers. That's why, as at now, when you ask for a bulldozer in Chingola, they will tell you. I played my best football at Nchanga Rangers. At that time, I was trying to make my name higher.
Tell me, how much influence did Patrick Peary have? He coached you at under 20.
Yes.
You went to the Africa Cup under 20 with Patrick Peary. What kind of figure was he in your life and career?
I was so happy. It was my first Africa Cup, although it was under 20 tournament. I was so happy to be part of the team. I would mention some of the players who are alongside with me: Perry Mutapa, Michael Mwanza, Devi Musole, Moses Lungu, Lota, young brother to Lota, Charles Lota, and Edward Kangwa, Babo Edward Kangwa, to mention the few. Yes, we went there to Morocco, although we didn't qualify to the semi-finals, but that was my great experience, playing teams like Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Guinea, South Africa, meeting McCarthy. Benny McCarthy, yes. We lost the last game against South Africa. I scored for Zambia. Benny scored 2 goals. We lost, and that's how we are out of the tournament.
Tell me something. So you won the league at Nchanga Rangers. You are very good by Zambian standards. But came continental football, and people say a lot of things about continental football. What was your honest experience when you played for Nchanga Rangers in continental club competition in the CAF Champions League?
Yeah, my experience is, you know, continental football, you must win your home games. Because when you go out there, away, it becomes strict. More especially when you start the first leg, you play it in your home at home, and then second leg you are going maybe to East Africa or also West Africa, North Africa. It's very difficult there to go and win, because they will treat you in a way that they will make sure that you are intimidated and they win the game. Yeah, that's the experience I've experienced, more especially when you are playing Arab scrubs. Like Morocco, Egypt. It's very difficult to play those teams.
Very tough.
Yeah.
But are they better footballers? Because a lot of people are saying, no, they don't have as much skill as we have. Where do they beat us?
You know, they for them, their game discipline, they keep the game discipline of the game, of the particular game. When they plan, okay, we can plan, but we get excited when we are playing football. We tend to be excited, you know,
with the crowd.
With the crowd, sometimes they'll just plot and keep maybe two wingers. You know, the Arabs football. It's too much of wing play. We can be excited play whenever they receive the ball. Whenever the boys are in their position, they would play it wide. By the time you are going to cover that, did you see the goals Algeria scored against Zambia?
Yes.
Those goals were coming from where? From the wings. Would be excited.
So it's an old trick.
Yes, that's their old tradition type of play when you are playing the Arabs.
Is there part of Harry Milanzi, when you look back at your career, should have played with the Arabs or played in an Arab country? Is it something that you wished? Because they have outwitted us many times.
Okay, there was one time Esperance, they sent an invitation, but looking at my performance at that time, I wanted to go to Europe, a bigger team. Looking at the performance at that time, I wanted a bigger team. Even the South African clubs wanted me, but I was eyeing at a bigger picture. Maybe to go to Europe, Germany. Yeah, I received a call from Germany, but you know, at that time I was a key player for Nchanga Rangers. The officials, I don't know what they did to that call up in Germany.
Were you getting frustrated, like, I want to leave, I need to leave? But Nchanga Rangers, because they wanted you so much, they were not willing to let you go.
Yes, that was the reason why they said no. When we release Milanzi, we are not going to have more goals for the team, and you know how coaches and officials are.
Funny enough. Yeah. Masao also had similar dreams, and he was your strike partner. Also wanted to go and play in Europe. What kind of conversations would you have? And you two were very important players for the team.
Okay, our dreams were to play in Europe. Yeah, unfortunately, Masa also left earlier than me. I stayed a little bit, trying to wait for
a good offer.
A good offer, a good opportunity, a good team which will come to me and say, no, we want you, very good team, good offer. So I had time to say that, no, let me hang on a bit. Masa also left. And a few months, I also left for Mexico.
Correcaminos.
Yeah.
You chose Mexico, and I'm just surprised.
I chose Mexico because I was so happy to, you know.
Was it a Kalu factor?
Yeah. It was a Kalu connection.
And you hadn't played with Kalu before then?
Yeah, my happiness was that, no, let me go to Mexico. I play along with Kalushawari. So I was like, I forgot about Europe. Now let me just go to Mexico.
Was the money great too?
Sorry?
Was the money great? Or did you?
Yeah, it was great. Everyone. He was one of the greatest players of Zambia. Not only Zambia, Africa-wise. Yeah.
So arrived in Mexico. Now,
Yeah,
you needed to learn how to speak some
football
Spanish.
Spanish. I loved in Mexico. He received me in a brotherhood manner. He took me to the hotel, started teaching me a lot of things. He bought me a book, and he was writing. Spanish and English. Where to start from, because you'd go to, we used to live at the hotel. You'd go to the dinner room, and then they would greet you. You just, I know, I'm fine. But that book Kalusha wrote in some, some
Because
of
he
the
could
basics.
speak Spanish already,
He
him.
could speak. He's very linguistic. He could speak a lot of languages. He speak a lot of languages, Spanish, French. Kalu has traveled too much, so he helped me in that.
Tell me. So, when it came to the Chipolopolo now, Bukadziz called you to the national team
Yes.
for the first time.
For the first time, I was called for the first time by Bukadziz after we won the COSAFA Under-20 in Botswana, where I scored 12 goals. I was the top scorer of the tournament, and it was a nice tournament to win. We never lost a game, but with only one draw, the rest were wins. Yeah. After we came from that Under-20, I had a call up by Bukadziz to join the senior national team, which was preparing for Burkina 98. I was one of the players who was invited to join the senior team, but at the end I was dropped because
Did he tell you the reason?
the reason was Kalushawari was saying that he won't be available for that African. So when he said Karusha changed the mind that he will be part of that team, so I was dropped. The last minute, the team was leaving to go to Burkina Faso.
Yeah, and your friend must also made the trip.
Yeah, he made it on that trip. Me, I was dropped.
Super disappointed?
Yeah, I was disappointed, but I just tell myself that I must continue fighting until one day I'll get what I want.
But what kind of a coach was Bukadziz? He split a lot of opinions and people define him in different ways. But for you, what kind of a person was Bukad?
Okay, Bukad wanted to change a lot of things at one time. He came here, you know what Bukad wanted? Bukad was just looking at maybe the strength and the body of a player. He wasn't looking at how skillful the player is.
So he liked players like you?
He liked players with the bigger body, those players with those who are looking heavy, but to give that fighting spirit in the game. He loved those type of players.
Now, before that, the national team was playing a 3-5-2 with Rod Posset.
Yes.
And then Bukadziz had different ideas.
Bukadziz came in with a 1-4-4-2 information. He came with a 1-4-4-2 information. Yeah, he changed the whole thing from 3-5-2. He came with 1-4-4-2 information, which he had two midfielders and two wingers, two strikers, and the back four.
So, when you look back in terms of your development, that team did not perform well at the Africa Cup of Nations, but the team won COSAFA in that year, 98.
Yes.
How do you look back at that moment?
The team which won COSAFA in that year, we prepared adequately. We prepared adequately. We went to the Middle East, where we played the few friendlies against Oman. We played the United Arab Republic. We played the Saudi Arabia. So that COSAFA Cup which we won in Zimbabwe, the team was well prepared, and we deserved to win that trophy.
Must have been a very happy moment for you.
Yes, but the team which was booted in the first round in the Burkina Faso African, we didn't prepare well. At that time, first president was Kasunga. It was Mr. Kasunga was the first president at that time. They changed the sponsor from Adidas to El Sporto. So El Sporto said to FAS that they are going to sponsor the whole preparation of Africa Cup. What happened? We went to America to prepare for the AFCON. But what we found there was totally different.
What happened?
There we went, we reached there. They took us to one of the sports shop, which they happened to be the secretariat of El Sporto there in America. El Sporto is from Italy, but we went there. After just we arrived, we went to that place called the secretariat. We were there for almost 4 hours. And then we're beginning to worry, is this trip going to be successful? After there, we went about, we traveled about 1 hour, 30 minutes to go and find where we'll be staying. And I was not happy. Where we went to stay was not a conducive hotel to keep the national team, which was preparing a big tournament like Africa Cup. There, you could wake up in the morning, no breakfast. They will tell you, let's go and eat breakfast. Where we were eating breakfast from was a distance again, about 1 hour, 30 minutes.
To just go and have
breakfast. When you eat breakfast, you must come back. We didn't have rest. So the program was just different. Players had fatigue, moving to just go and eat breakfast. And we were eating beggars. The food which we were eating was not the food which were supposed to be eaten eat by the team which is preparing for such tournament. That's how that tournament we didn't do well. We were booted out in the first round.
So you attended all so I sat with somebody like Joe Walia. Joe Walia said he couldn't see anything in terms of philosophy on the part of Bukadziz about how he wanted the team to play and whatnot. Was he a totally different coach from the other people that had handled you up to that point in your career?
Okay. The Bukadziz time, I was not with the national team. I was dropped. After Bukadziz went with the team, he failed to impress the Zambians. He just resigned. So I didn't have that much time to work with the Bukadziz.
But the people who are at the national team, what did they personally tell you about what kind of coach Bukadziz was?
They said the coach was okay. Actually, most of them are saying Bukadziz was not a good coach.
Most of them.
Most of them.
You're not looking for. Were you looking forward to say, let me try to work with this man?
Yeah, I was looking forward trying to work with the same man as he was the first coach to call me to the senior national team.
Tell me, Africa Cup 2000, after what was a bad experience preparing for Africa Cup 1998, Zambia qualified to 2000 again. And again, the public were expecting you to win because Zambians were not used to the idea of losing. How do you remember Africa Cup 2000?
The one which was in Mali.
Mali, yes.
Yeah, the one which was in Mali, that Africa Cup, okay, the preparation was okay. The preparation was okay, but that group, our group was tough. In our group, we had Egypt, we had Tunisia and Senegal and Zambia. Our group was tough, but moreover, we are also prepared to qualify in that group. So we didn't do so badly. We managed 2 draws and 1 loss, and we're out of the tournament. But otherwise, we had a good side. Sometimes it's luck was not on our side to have.
But when you came back home, people were very disappointed because they didn't expect Zambia to actually be a team that would fail to go to qualify to the quarterfinal of the Africa Cup of Nations. How did it feel coming back home and playing and walking the streets of Lusaka or this country, and people would meet you after that first round ejection?
Okay, we are so disappointed of being booted in the first round, but otherwise, you know, that's how football is. We just continue, and we apologize to the fans that, you know, we are going to make it next time.
You're going to get better.
Yes.
You also worked with Ben Bafuchile and Kalu at the very next Africa Cup of Nations. Managed to qualify again. How do you remember working with Ben Bafuchile and Kalu Shawalia, somebody you played with?
Okay, that African, I think we had a few couple of experienced players. I would mention there was a captain. The captain was Elijah Tana, and Davis Piri was there. I myself was there. Andrew Sinkala was there. The rest were those under 23s which made it into the senior team. I would mention James Chamanga, Mbesuma.
Oh, that was for 2006 actually.
That was for
2006 when Kalu was coach.
Yes, yes.
Those young players that were promoted, you were one of the survivors from
the team which
before,
was
Andrew Tembo had gone, and a good number of players had gone.
Yes.
Being a senior player in that group, what did it mean? What were you required to do as a senior player? What was the demand from Kalu and Ben Bafuchile?
Being a senior player, you have to be responsible of your fellow players. To be responsible, I mean, you know, to boost the young boys' morale. When you see that the morale is down in camp, you as a senior player, you need to start pushing all those young boys, you know, to be all that, to have that heart. Or if you are playing a team with bigger names, you need to be there also, because football is 11 against 11.
What did Kalu tell you as to why you were not part of the senior players that were not going to play for the national team anymore? Why did he say, what did he tell you as to why you were still in the national team? Because some of your colleagues had been dropped completely.
Okay, I was surprised. I was called back to the national team to work with the new players from the under 23. We went for preparations in the Netherlands, where we prepared adequately there. During those preparations, I was talking one-on-one with those players. Maybe after the training, I would go to their rooms just to tell them, gentlemen, this is your time. You need to be strong. You need to carry the Zambian flag at the highest point. So this is the opportunity for you guys to make names. I used to do that as a senior player.
Is that the reason that Carlo told you he needed you in that team for?
Yes, as been I played with alongside with him. I think he felt that when I have Milanzi, I know Milanzi. We played alongside with him. Can he motivate these players? I think that's what Kalusha wanted me in his team.
How easy or difficult was it to qualify for the 2006 Africa Cup? I asked this question because in 2004, you're part of the team that was beaten in Benin. Was it Razako Motoyosi?
Yeah.
You remember that name?
We failed to qualify in Benin. We are on top. We had 13 points. Benin had 11 points. So all what we needed was a draw to qualify. And Benin, looking at the goals, Benin we had the same goals. Benin, they needed outright win. So it was a difficult game as we were playing away there in Benin. I can tell you the government of Benin, what they did. At that time, they have never qualified to the Africa Cup. So it was their only chance to beat Zambia and qualify for the first time to the AFCON. What they did, they did everything to win that game.
Someone told me that we hear that you people were sprayed with buffalo pit.
Yes, actually, when you were live there at the stadium, there was
the hotel,
confusion.
Everything was okay.
Just from at the hotel, I'll tell you, the night before the game, we were sleeping. We just saw, smoke inside our rooms. I don't know where that smoke came from. Me as a senior player and the right turner, we woke up in the night. All the players were woke up at that time during the night. What's happening? Even the coach Patrick. And then Patrick Billy came to me and said that kill the guys just to forget this. I know people that they are trying to hate us in so many ways, but just kill the guys. We'll go back and see. Tomorrow, we'll talk tomorrow in the morning. The following morning, I went outside the hotel. The motorbikes full of Benin supporters in t-shirt, here on the red t-shirt. That intimidating us. Zambia, got you next. Zambia 4, Zambia 0. So I knew that, okay, this game is going to be a tough game. It's 11 against 11. We ate breakfast. We had our pre-match meeting. The time we were leaving the hotel, behind our bus, there were about 50 or 150 motorbikes following the bus. Doing all those things.
No police protection.
The police was there and the other motorcade, the police was behind. But behind the motorcade, the police, they were supporters escorting us Some of them intimidating us. I just said in the past, gentlemen, this is the game. This is the game, this is football. Let's not be intimidated. We'll be 11 against 11. Yeah, even the guys, they say, no, let's forget this. We reached the stadium. For us to go into the dressing room, it took us 30 minutes for the police to clear those motorcades. Motorbikes. There was a lot of confusion on the stadium. And you know how Coach Patrick really just said, gentlemen, these guys, they can't intimidate us. This is the last game, we have to win at all costs for us to qualify. The guys were here, I was here as well. We came up from the bus, going to the dressing room. They just saw an Indian man, which was Solipando, our team manager at that time. Solipando was refused to get into the stadium. Just imagine. Until when we complained to the Association of Benin, that's when Solipando was being let to come into the dressing room. Okay, we prepared, we said, we sang our Chipolo songs, there we are motivated, geared for that game. The time we entered the tunnel, going to the stadium, we just saw people throwing powder. What powder is this? Lucky enough, myself, I went to the bathroom to wash my face. I was the last one, in fact, to come out. When I was coming out, I saw the guys were just
before warm up or after warm up?
After warm up. You know,
Going
trying to
go and play
to go and play after the two national anthem, and then the game started. I just saw the guys were, what's happening? You know, I said again, no, the parade personal PSFA, you know, it's a right away and then 5 minutes. But no, parade personal CFA. And then I back. The police came there. You know, we were singing the national anthem with 7 players. The rest were being attended to the doctor. Trying to put water of the same sepe. So the whole thing got confused. The game started, and you know, all that treatment contributed to the failure of qualifying.
So it's not that we're a bad team, we're ready to play Benin. But when the game started, they gave Benin a penalty, which was not even a penalty. You know, even the referees, they were bad. The first half, we considered a goal through a penalty. After, was given a red card. So it confused the whole system. That's how we lost that game. After that game, there was a decision made that the under 23 players were going to be promoted, and I'm sure you heard that, and some of the senior players were dropped and never seen again playing for the national team. Were you personally scared that this is the end of my national team career after this game?
Yeah, you see, when a team feels qualified, you expect a lot from fans. You expect a lot of sayings from the fans. So, the time when Benin were told, no, this team, fans were saying that let's disband this team and take the under 23 to be the senior. When I was coming back, I knew that my career with the national team has finished. So I was surprised when the national team was playing a semi-final at Independence Stadium against Mozambique. Mozambique came with those senior players like Bokana, Tiko Bokana. They came with their full squad, but Zambia, they took the under 23.
Colin Besuma,
Colin the under 23. And I was surprised to be called at the last minute that we are also invited to this game. I was on the bench trying to see how the under 20 would perform. And the Mozambique, with that experienced team, were down to 0. And then we go to see the crowd, get with that influence. Oh, change, Milanzi. The coach told me that people are saying that
They want you.
Go and warm up and change. I went for the warm up, knowing that I have to do something for the country. I went in, definitely everything changed. We won the game 4-0. I personally 4-2 and it's 4-2. Lesuma scoring, I scored 1, No Mandela scored 1, and was it so far? Scored another goal. Well, 4 of us scored 1. We beat Mozambique 4-2.
Must have been happy to be greeted with cheers by the Zambian supporters after
the game,
after Benin, after the last Africa Cup of Nations that you played.
Yes, I felt good because I was called back and I made the team to win, and I became the man of the match. I was lifted from the ground to the dressing room, because I changed the game and I made the team to win.
Tell me something. One of the games you participated in, World Cup qualifier, Zambia versus Liberia. Kalu player coach. I remember that day because Chris Katonga started, but wore the number 6 shirt. It was a tough game. Did you expect Kalu to come in that game?
Okay, that game, the way he planned, he told me that Harry, I'm going to start you on the bench. I'm going to put you on the bench. I'm not going to start. Me and you, we can change the game after all. That was the way.
The plan.
The plan. So I was on the bench. We needed a win. And the game was tough. The game was tough. 10 minutes to, about 15 minutes to go. He told me, Harry, let's go and over.
The two of you?
The two of us.
I remember I was at the stadium just when people saw you and him dropping your tracksuits.
The whole crowd
went up. People stopped watching the game and started watching Kalu.
Yes. So we went for warm-up. We went in, but the game was tough. The game was tough, and he told me, hey, go there, be our appointment just there with those two defenders. I'll be giving you both. Try to do everything. You get a foul, on which I did. We got a foul.
Just win a free kick.
Yeah, just win a free kick. So I did that. We had a free kick. And I was hoping.
And it was far away.
Far away. 3 minutes remaining to the close of the game. And I told Kalu, make sure, great.
Just bring.
Yeah, I told him, I spoke to him in Spanish. Prof, he just did this. Me, I went there for the any rebound for me to finish. The way he hit that free kick, it passed in between my legs.
Did you jump or?
I jumped on it. The goalkeeper got confused. That my jump confused even the goalkeeper.
You played with Kalu. You trained with him. Did you ever see him? I'd never seen him score from such a distance.
He scored one against Morocco.
No, as in a free kick.
Yeah.
I always knew that anywhere just outside the D or outside the arc, in and around that area.
Yeah,
you know it was a penalty for Kalu.
It was quite a bit distance.
Yeah.
I remember it was on the right flank.
Yes, yes.
And he took it with his
Left.
It was like an in swing. It just came right towards me, and I jumped that free kick. I never touched that ball. And then it just went straight in. I remember that that time the president was Lev Mwanawasa. I could see it after the game, how the president jumped to that goal. Kalu Shawadi has scored that goal from this goal post, the southern goal post.
Yes.
But where we went to catch him to celebrate, just to celebrate with him, was in the northern goal post. You know,
on the western goal post, because it
northern goal
was
post.
And
we chased him just to celebrate with him. It was a nice goal, one of his beautiful goals I've
Shocking.
ever seen.
Tell me something. Perhaps strong character, but one thing that was very hard for him was after that he played again, scored another goal. I think he scored 2 goals. Yes. Plus 41 years. But he also missed the penalty against Angola. Hey. What?
The game against Angola, we didn't think of reaching that far penalty. Yeah. Our plan was to finish the game in 90 minutes. But it took us until 90 plus penalties. And I was the one who was supposed to get that last penalty. I just saw Kalusha as a coach, you know, as an experienced guy. He just came to me as I was there. I wanted to get the ball to go and play that penalty. He just came to me, Harry, give me that ball. Let me play this. In that respect,
but
I gave it to him with one heart. Prof, and I even encouraged him in Spanish, Prof, go and score this last penalty. Unfortunately, he missed that penalty. Yeah.
How was the dressing room like after? When you went in the dressing room, everybody disappointed that he missed?
Okay, some were disappointed, but to us, it happens, it's football. Everyone can miss a penalty. You know, you remember Roberto Baggio in World Cup. In
94.
In
America.
In America. Yeah, he missed a penalty. Everyone can miss a penalty. It happens in football, but I just took it.
What was his reaction? When he went back to the dressing room, what did he say? What did he do?
I know, he just said, gentlemen, this is football. Anything can happen. I've missed a penalty. It's one of the, that wasn't my day, but we just continue with our fighting spirit. We continue working hard. Next time, it will happen for us.
That's what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Tough.
Tough.
You played for Atletico Zamora in Mexico as well.
Yes.
You also went to play in Angola, Primero de Agosto.
Yes, after I moved from Golden Arrows in South Africa, I was invited by Jean Bro. You remember Jean Bro?
Jan Brouwer, yeah.
Yeah, the former national team coach, Zambia national team coach. He was coaching Premier d'Agosto, army-sponsored team. So I thought to go and join the Premier d'Agosto from Golden Arrows. I went to play for that team. It's a big team in Angola. It's an army-sponsored team. It's a big team. I went there. My first year, we won the league. We won everything in Angola. Cup, Super Cup, Tasa Cup. We won everything in Angola. And I was so happy to be in that country.
Jan Brouwer. How did it feel working with him at national team and Primero?
Actually, during his time, he believed in me. He believed in me. Each time he would call me to the national team. He believed in me. He believed that in his philosophy, I was one of the cardinal players in his philosophy. So he believed much in me, to say so. That's how he called me to go and assist him in Angola with Premier d'Agosto.
Hey, what a career you had. Helping the kids qualify, the kids in inverted commas, the young players that were promoted to the national team in 2006. You didn't, and then you didn't go to 2008 in Ghana.
No.
Elijah Turner went. At that point, were you satisfied with what you had been able to achieve as a footballer?
Not actually satisfied. I think I've done much better than I did. This is what I think. I would have gone more further than I did.
When you saw the people you were welcoming to the national team win the Africa Cup of Nations 6 years later,
you know that team which
how did it feel?
I felt good. I felt good because most of them, I was with most of those players in the Netherlands when we were preparing for
2006.
Yes. So I felt good because most of them, they have passed through my advice. Me seeing them winning that trophy, I was like, I've done it.
You're part of the victory.
Part of the victory, to say so.
Did you see Christopher Katongo as captain in 2006? Did you see him as somebody who could lead the national team, even at that tender age?
Yes, I knew Chris is one of those guys who's hardworking, and there was something of a leadership in him. He had that spirit of leadership, and he was hardworking on the pitch. Yeah, with that one, I've got no doubt.
Tell me something. One of your highlights later on in your career came back to Zambia. You played for what Zambians call the Galacticos.
Yes.
NAPSA Stars. Managed to win the Barclays Cup in 2012. You beat Power Dynamos. And even at that age, were you actually surprised that you still had that power, that strength? It was because it was very difficult for defenders to get you off the ball. Still as an old man in inverted commas.
Experience is the best teacher. First of all, I would say experience is the best teacher. I retired in Angola, 2012, early 2012. Was it in January? Before the league has started, Zambian league started.
Yeah, because it was starting in March.
In March. So I retired. I hung up my boots in Angola, and then I was just playing this social football. In December, they play what is called the Christmas tournament. I was playing a Christmas tournament in Chilenge,
Uh-huh.
a community ground. Without knowing that the coach Patrick Piri was there watching that Christmas tournament. Me, I was just for fun. I was just for my community people to see me. To say that Milanzi is back. He is retired. He's just playing this football just for fun. After we finished that game, I just saw Patrick Piri coming to me. Harry, you're playing so well. You're playing so good, and you've got our coach. I've retired.
And this was your coach when you're under 20?
Yeah, under 20. He told me that, no, you know what? I've been given a job at NAPSA. Which NAPSA? He told me, no, that one which used to be Profound Warriors, they have changed the name to NAPSA. And I would want you to come and help me. Come for training on Monday. I didn't go there on Monday. He called me again. Harry, I need your services. I went there for training. I just saw a lot of young boys, those boys who brought the team into Premier Division. You know, most of them were inexperienced players. And then I told Patrick Piri that, no, even Renos has got no team. Perry has got no team. Why can't we bring that? We assemble
a team to help.
A team to help. That's how we came to find that a lot of veteran Galacticos in the one team as the NAPSA Stars. But we are working hard, trying to, motivate those young ones whom we found with the team. And we did that, and we even managed to win the Barclays Cup. For the first time, NAPSA Stars winning the Barclays Cup.
Must have been one of your happiest moments of your career.
Yeah, it was not only me, with those senior guys, it was the happiest moment of our careers. Because we knew after that, after there, we all retired. Yeah, nothing more. We all retired and went into coaching.
It was almost automatic. How long did you think about going into coaching? Was it something that you had made a decision about even when you had retired in Angola?
That was my intention when I came back. That was my intentions to start coach, to go to a coaching course so that I can become a coach. But I was engaged back to playing football through the coach Patrick Piri, and then I just gave myself 4 to 3 years. That when I finish 4 to 3 years, and then I'm done, I'm going to do coaching. This is what I did.
Then you started the coaching path. Then I beg to ask this question. What next to achieve for Harry Milanzi? What would you say is your aim now? Seeing that you've hung up your boots, but now you're on the touchline.
My aim is to see myself now, to turn up into a big coach, mostly probably to coach abroad, coach outside Zambia, many in some of the other countries which I've played football in, like Angola, South Africa. I go and coach the teams there.
Harry, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Well done,
Papa. Where did that name come from? I forgot to ask.
That name came from Angola, because I was always a smart player on the pitch. When I tuck in, that tuck in, yeah, and then
you
the
love your
Angolians,
suits.
yeah. I love suits. I like tucking.
Okay.
Yeah, even if I wear jeans, I must have myself look clean and tucking the jeans. So that name came from Angola. They saying that this player likes tucking, and he acts like a father, his papa. That's where the name came from.
Papa,
Yeah.
you are definitely a good father.
Well
All
done.
the best.
Okay, well done, my friend.